Why MSC Cruises are so cheap. 12 secrets the cruise lines don't want you to know. You're standing at the buffet on an MSC cruise, watching a family of four who paid $2,600 for their entire week. Right next to them, a couple who just got off Royal Caribbean after paying $4,700 for the exact same length cruise. Same Caribbean islands, same week, but one paid almost double. And here's the kicker. They're both eating lukewarm scrambled eggs. Today I'm exposing the 12 shocking reasons MSC can charge 40 to 55% less than every other cruise line. Some of these are brilliant business moves. Others, well, let's just say number 7 involves crew members from countries you've never heard of making less than your teenager at McDonald's. And wait until you hear number 11. It's about kids, and it's either genius or insanity depending on which side of the pool deck you're standing on. If you want to save thousands on cruises but need to know what you're really signing up for, smash that subscribe button right now. Because what you're about to learn will either save you a fortune or save you from the biggest vacation mistake of your life. Let's dive in. Number 1, they're owned by the richest family you've never heard of. Every other major cruise line answers to Wall Street. Royal Caribbean, Carnival, Norwegian. They're all publicly traded, which means every 3 months they have to show profits or watch their stock tank. But MSC, they're owned entirely by one Italian family, the Apontes, worth somewhere between $33 and $100 billion. But here's the real secret. The cruise line is just their side hustle. Their main business? The world's largest container shipping company with 900 cargo ships. They made $36 billion profit in 1 year just moving containers. That's more than every cruise line combined. So while Royal Caribbean has to squeeze every penny to keep shareholders happy, MSC can lose money for years building market share. Their executive chairman literally said, "We are not driven by quarterly earnings." Translation? They can undercut everyone else's prices and just wait. It's like competing with someone who has an infinite money cheat code. Number 2, they build ships for 40% less per passenger. Royal Caribbean's newest ship costs $240,000 per passenger to build. MSC's newest ship, $126,000 per passenger. Almost half the price for essentially the same thing. How? First, they build in Italy and France, not Germany where everyone else builds. It's like getting your suit tailored in Bangkok instead of London. Same quality, fraction of the price. But the real trick? They cram way more people onto each ship. MSC fits 15 to 30% more passengers per ton than competitors. Your cabin on MSC is about 140 square feet. Same cabin on Royal Caribbean? 185 square feet. That's 45 square feet you're giving up. Doesn't sound like much until you're trying to squeeze past your spouse to get to the bathroom at 2 a.m. But hey, you saved $2 grand, so maybe you can hold it. Number 3, European operations nobody understands. MSC owns the Mediterranean, literally. They're the biggest cruise line in Europe, and here's why that matters. They don't have to reposition ships seasonally like everyone else. Royal Caribbean sails the Mediterranean in summer, then has to move those ships to the Caribbean for winter. That repositioning costs millions in fuel and lost revenue. MSC, they just stay in Europe year-round, picking up passengers from 40 different ports. A family in Rome can drive to their cruise. A family in Barcelona can drive to theirs. Same ship, same week, different starting points. It's like running 40 cruise operations from one ship. And because they never leave, they have leverage. When you're the biggest player who never goes away, ports give you better rates. Suppliers give you better deals. It's like being the only grocery store in town. Everyone has to work with you. Number 4, the crew situation nobody talks about. All right, this one's controversial. MSC employs 60% of their crew from the Philippines, India, Indonesia, and Eastern Europe. Starting salary? $657 a month? A month. Your cabin steward makes $1,000 monthly working 77-hour weeks for 10 months straight without a single day off. Compare that to American crew members who won't even look at a cruise ship for less than $2,500 a month. Now multiply that difference by 1,500 crew members per ship. We're talking millions in savings per sailing. Is it ethical? That's a whole different video. Is it why your drink takes 20 minutes to arrive at the bar? Absolutely. You get what you pay for, and MSC is paying for the absolute minimum. Number 5, fuel tricks from their cargo business. Remember how MSC's main business is cargo shipping? Well, they brought some tricks from that world. Cargo ships discovered that slowing down from 24 knots to 21 knots saves 33% on fuel. Guess what speed MSC cruise ships sail at? 18 to 20 knots. Royal Caribbean rushes between ports because passengers want maximum time at destinations. MSC? They've optimized every route for fuel efficiency, not your vacation time. That's why you get those weird 2 p.m. arrivals and 4 p.m. departures. They're saving $187,000 per day in fuel, which is about $68 million per year per ship. They even have software from the University of Genoa that calculates the perfect speed and route for fuel savings. It's like having Google Maps set permanently to avoid highways mode. You'll get there, eventually, and they'll save a fortune doing it. Number 6. The private island nobody wants to talk about. Every cruise line has a private island now, but MSC's Ocean Cay is different. Royal Caribbean spent $1 billion on Coco Cay with water slides and zip lines and wave pools. MSC spent $200 million on Ocean Cay and basically just cleaned up a beach. Here's why that's genius. No maintenance costs for attractions, no staff running activities, no insurance for thrill rides, just sand, ocean, and a bar. Passengers complain it's boring. MSC doesn't care. They save the port fees they'd pay anywhere else, which is about $30 to $50 per passenger. On a ship with 6,000 people, that's $300,000 saved in one day. But the real kicker? They charge you $20 to rent an umbrella on their own private island. Royal Caribbean includes everything free at Coco Cay. MSC is literally charging you to shade yourself from the sun on a beach they own. Number 7. The cabin scam that's actually legal. MSC says their ships hold 4,800 passengers, but they regularly sail with 6,300. How? Kids. Lots and lots of kids. Here's the scam that's not really a scam. They advertise kids sail free. Sounds amazing, right? 2 adults, 2 kids, family of 4 cruises for the price of 2. Except those extra 1,500 kids still need to eat, drink, and be entertained. The ship is now at 130% capacity. The pools are packed. The buffet lines are insane. The noise, forget about it. But MSC doesn't care because those kids' parents are buying drink packages, specialty dining, spa treatments, and shore excursions. The kids might sail free, but mom's $89 a day drink package doesn't. Dad's $55 steakhouse dinner doesn't. That free kid just made them $500 in ancillary revenue. Number 8, food that's technically edible. I've read 3,000 reviews of MSC's food. Here's my favorite. The buffet isn't even all that edible. I mean, how can you screw up pizza? Plot twist, the pizza is the only thing everyone agrees is good. MSC sources food locally at every port, which sounds fancy until you realize it means inconsistent quality. The eggs in Barcelona are different from the eggs in Miami. The meat in Italy is different from the meat in the Caribbean. Your meal quality literally depends on what country the ship was in yesterday. But here's the real secret. They know the buffet sucks. They want it to suck. Because when the free food is terrible, you'll pay $45 for the specialty restaurant. It's like making the coach seats on airlines extra horrible so business class seems worth it. Except here, coach is a cold scrambled egg, and business class is a $55 steak you're now desperate to pay for. Number 9, the drink package trap. MSC's drink packages are 20% cheaper than Royal Caribbean's. Sounds great. Here's the catch. Every adult in the cabin has to buy one. Not just you, but your wife who doesn't drink, your 21-year-old son who's broke, everyone. Royal Caribbean lets you buy individually. MSC, all or nothing. So that cheap $60 a day package becomes $240 a day for a family of 4 adults. For a week, that's $1,680. Your cheap cruise just got real expensive real fast. Oh, and they just added a 15-drink maximum per day. Not because anyone needs 15 drinks, but because people were sharing packages. Can't have that when your entire business model depends on ancillary revenue. Number 10, announcements in 6 languages. You're trying to relax by the pool when suddenly, ladies and gentlemen, then Italian, then German, then French, then Spanish, then Portuguese. By the time they're done announcing that the art auction starts at 3 p.m., it's 3:15. Why? Because MSC is a European line pretending to be American friendly. Those 6 languages represent their actual customer base. Americans are just bonus revenue. You're literally sailing on a European ship that happens to let Americans on board. The entertainment? European Variety shows that one reviewer called vulgar and kitsch. The service? European efficiency, which Americans interpret as rude and cold. The food? Italian-focused, which is great if you want pasta every night. You're not on an American cruise that happens to be cheap. You're on a European cruise that happens to accept dollars. Number 11, kids sail free, the nuclear option. I mentioned this earlier, But let's talk about what kids sail free really means. MSC is the only major cruise line that lets kids 17 and under sail completely free as third and fourth guests. They only pay port fees, at about $270. Carnival charges 50% for kids. Royal Caribbean charges full price. MSC free. A family of 5 can cruise for less than a couple on Royal Caribbean. It's insane. But here's what they don't advertise. Ships designed for 2,000 kids now have 3,500. The kids club is overwhelmed. The pools are basically public baths. Adults are outnumbered everywhere except the casino. One reviewer said, "Kids were in the bars and disco until midnight. MSC turned their ships into floating Chuck E. Cheeses and just didn't tell anyone. If you have kids, it's paradise. If you don't, it's birth control." Number 12, the MSC Yacht Club, the ship within a ship. Here's the craziest part of all this. MSC actually has the best luxury product at sea, and nobody knows it. The MSC Yacht Club is a separate section of the ship with its own pool, restaurant, lounge, and butler service. It's like flying first class while economy is having a food fight. The reviews are universally 5 stars. Better than celebrity suites, rivals Virgin's luxury offerings, worth every penny. And here's the kicker. It's still cheaper than a balcony cabin on Royal Caribbean. This proves MSC can deliver incredible service and food. They just choose not to for regular passengers. It's like they're running 2 different cruise lines on one ship, a luxury line for the rich and a budget airline experience for everyone else. And both groups are saving money compared to their alternatives. Why this all matters to you? Here's what nobody will tell you straight. MSC isn't a bad cruise line. They're a different cruise line. They're European efficiency, not American hospitality. They're basic transportation, not floating resorts. They're Ryanair, not Emirates. If you want the cheapest possible way to see the Caribbean or Mediterranean with your family, MSC is unbeatable. $700 per person for a week? You can't even get a decent hotel for that. But if you're expecting Royal Caribbean service at 50% off, you're going to have a bad time. The people who love MSC know exactly what they're buying. Basic cruising at rock-bottom prices. The people who hate MSC expected something else. The secret is knowing which person you are before you book. One reviewer summed it up perfectly. "I remember what I paid and adjust my expectations accordingly. Therefore, I've never been disappointed with MSC. That's either the saddest or smartest thing I've ever heard about cruising." The truth is, MSC found a way to offer modern, beautiful ships, often newer than the competition, at prices that shouldn't be possible. They did it by rethinking every single aspect of cruising. Smaller cabins, cheaper crew, efficient routing, minimal entertainment, upselling everything, packing in kids. It's not corner cutting. It's the complete reinvention of what a cruise can be when you strip away everything except the absolute basics. And for millions of people, those basics are enough. If this just saved you from a $4,000 mistake or showed you how to cruise for pennies on the dollar, hit subscribe and comment Cruise Smart below. The cruise lines don't want you knowing this stuff, but now you do. Use it wisely. The question isn't whether MSC is good or bad. The question is whether you can handle the truth about what you're really buying. Because now you know all 12 reasons why that family paid $2,600 while everyone else paid double. The only question left is, which passenger do you want to be?